everyone, and welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sam.
And it is part B, or day 2 of having fun at an amusement park. It's not us, it's Penny and Archie.
I know, I wish it was us. I want to go to an amusement park.
We can go this weekend, but for now we have to talk about what we would do. Already, Penny and Archie went on, I think, on a roller coaster and the drop tower, or the tower drop. You said you liked the tower drop.
I love the tower drop.
Yeah?
But it's definitely one of those rides that every time I see it, I'm like, yes, I'm so excited. And then right when I get to the top, because it always, you sit there for a while. It waits.
There,
And
then
during
there's usually like, boom, it drops a little bit just to scare you more.
Oh, and so in that waiting time is when I go, wait, do I like this ride? I can't remember now. And then you drop, and then I'm like, oh yeah, this is fun.
This is a lot of fun.
That waiting at the top, that can be kind of scary.
Yeah. Do you like the roller coasters with the loops and the twists?
Yes, I'm a big like thrill ride kind of person.
Okay.
So fast roller coasters, the drop ship, things that spin, things that might like launch you into the air. Although I haven't done one of those yet, but I like all that kind of stuff.
That's true. They have that kind of reverse bungee thing where they pull you and doing, then you go shooting off in a bubble or something like that. What about some of the calmer rides? Do you ever do those with your kids? Maybe the merry-go-round, the bumper cars, you know, that
actually
kind
the
of
bumper
thing.
cars are quite
can be fun
because you can still get some speed and kind of ram some people. That's
exactly. It's good practice for driving in Taipei.
Oh yeah, in Taipei, yes.
Bumper car. Don't practice there. But yeah, there are a lot of good rides no matter how much danger, how much screaming you like to do. And even if you like to do something calm and safe, you can always find things to do to have fun at an amusement park. So let's join Penny and Archie. They're in the middle of their busy day. I can't wait to see what they're going to do this time. So let's check it out. Archie and Penny are waiting in line for the haunted house.
Wow. This line's longer than the ones for the pirate ship and Ferris wheel.
It is a popular ride. Also, there are air conditioners inside, so it's great for getting out of the heat.
Okay, so now we are in day 2, part B of having fun at an amusement park. So we have Archie and Penny, and we just kind of had them go and plan their day and start on some of their rides, and now it's later in the day, and it says Archie and Penny are waiting in line for the haunted house.
Ooh, the haunted house. That's one we also didn't mention. Maybe not as exciting, but still kind of fun.
Yes.
You go on like a little train through a dark house and ghosts and monsters jump out at you. Anyway, as they're waiting, Archie says, wow, he's probably looking ahead of him at all the people that are ahead. He says this line, the one they're standing in with many people, this line is longer than the ones for the pirate ship and Ferris wheel. All right, well, here we're kind of getting into the classic amusement park rides. Maybe not as big and as amazing as a new roller coaster or the drop tower, but the haunted house, the pirate ship, the Ferris wheel, probably put the merry-go-round in there, the spinning,
bumper cars.
The bumper cars, those swings they often have that spin around. Really, these are classics, and even in a small amusement park, you will probably find these things because people like them.
Yes, and so Archie is kind of surprised though that the haunted house has a longer line than some of those other classic rides. And so Penny is responding to that, and she says, it is a popular ride.
People like it.
Yeah, I mean, the haunted house is a popular ride. Sure. And there's another reason. Also, there are air conditioners inside, so it's great for getting out of the heat.
Good point.
Yes.
I never thought of that.
Yes, so if you are a seasoned amusement park goer like myself, then
a lot
you
of
might
experience and knowledge.
You might have planned it out to say the morning we'll go do these rides, the hot part of the day we'll go to the water rides, or we'll go to the air conditioning rides, and then the end of the day you can go back out to where there are more rides, and that way you're not standing in the sun all day.
Good point.
Yes, and so we had this word air conditioner. Air conditioner is just the machine that you use inside of buildings to keep them cool. So if you have a room that is really hot, like most rooms in Taiwan, you might get a fan, but if it's really too hot, you might have to get an air conditioner where it's actually mounted on the wall. There are some that you can plug in that are kind of standing. I don't think they work quite as well.
Okay.
But the ones you put on the wall, you have a remote and you can cool down the whole room.
Interesting. Yeah. So it's a big machine, quite expensive, but I think every home and of course many offices, restaurants, businesses, they will have these in Taiwan because it's so hot. But in another country like in Canada or in Northern Europe, maybe they won't have an air conditioner. It's really useful in hot countries to beat the heat. And heat here, of course, it's a noun when we talk about how hot something is or if something is giving off a lot of this warm air. That is heat. We get heat from fire. We get heat from covering our skin with clothes on a cold day. Of course, a machine like an air conditioner, but the opposite, a heater. You can plug that in and the warm air that it blows out the front, that is heat. Of course, you want heat when you're cooking things as well. Anytime you're doing something with fire, with cooking, or with keeping yourself warm, you are using heat in some kind of way. And I'm feeling the heat of this warm summer day, so let's take a break. We'll go to the haunted house, we'll cool off, and then we'll be back to do part 2 of today's dialogue. Until then, boo! It's like a haunted house. Does that work?
Yes, it worked.
Yes.
Oh, right. I always assumed that people liked being scared.
Many of them do. However, I don't think the ghosts are very scary.
Me neither. They are amusing though.
Yes, they are. Hey, do you want to go to the arcade later?
Sure. I also want to check out the gift shop.
Cool. Me too.
Okay, so we have Archie and Penny, and they're still at the amusement park, and they're in line for the haunted house. And so they were just talking about, wow, this line is very, very long. Is it because of this ride having air conditioners, or why are so many people here trying to get on this ride now?
That's right. Haunted houses are fun. They're kind of classic or traditional, but they're not always the most popular ride in an amusement park. But if it's hot and the haunted house has air conditioning, they might be the most popular ride at that time. And after Penny explains her idea that people are really going just to cool down, Archie says, oh, right, he didn't think of that. And when someone points out something that you think, hey, that's smart, and I didn't think about that, you can say, oh, right, yeah, good point. He continues, I always assumed that people liked being scared. Well, I think people do like being scared, but maybe even the people who don't like being scared don't mind it on a hot day.
Yes.
Because, air conditioning.
I know.
Yeah.
Sometimes air conditioning is above everything else.
Sure, I will be terrified, but as long as I'm cool,
yes.
I'm cool.
Yes, and so Penny says many of them do. So meaning, yes, many people do like to be afraid at that haunted house. They like that feeling of being scared. But that might not be the reason they are going right now. And she continues, however, I don't think the ghosts are very scary. Well, at an amusement park, they're probably not that scary because you have people of all ages at the amusement park. You might have little kids who are going on this ride, so it can be kind of scary for them.
True.
but it needs to be not too scary. And so when you're older, you think,
That's true.
It's not that scary anymore.
Yeah, if you're a teenager and an adult, it might not be that scary. But you don't want the little kids to come out crying and screaming and stuff. So that is a good point. That is very smart to assume that.
Yes, and so we had this word assume, and this word is a verb, and what it means is to think or to guess something without maybe having proof that it's true. So you're kind of like, oh, I always assumed, in this case, Archie always assumed that people liked being scared. That's why they were going on the haunted house. So he's guessing that, he's thinking that, but he hasn't maybe gone and asked every person, why are you going to the haunted house, and having all this proof, all this evidence that says, yes, this is true 100%. So assume just means you are guessing, you're thinking it, but you don't know for sure. You're just kind of guessing that this is probably the right thing.
That's right. And often when we assume, it's based on what has happened before. If this is what normally happens, you can probably assume it will happen again. But yeah, like guessing, you might be wrong. All right, and here we have also had the word ghost. I think I got a ghost in my mouth for a second there. Stop me from saying this word because it's scary. A ghost is a spirit. It's the soul, I guess you could say, of a dead person. But really, a ghost doesn't come from a holy book or from the church. It comes from scary stories. Stories about people who've been killed or died, probably in a terrible way. And their soul, their spirit is still stuck here on earth in a house, in a certain place, in a castle or something like that. And maybe at night, maybe after midnight, they'll get this feeling of something is around and it's not natural, it's not human, it's from some other place, and it could be a ghost, this wandering spirit of an unhappy dead person. And of course, we often see ghosts in amusement parks, in haunted houses. I remember though, I was at one in Ulai, at the top of the waterfall. The haunted house was very old. I think they needed to fix it because it looked a little sad and tired. And they didn't have a ghost in there. They had a horse with red eyes.
Oh.
And it came out on a noisy machine. And it was like, it's a horse. It was really strange.
That does sound.
But it was kind of fun.
That sounds really odd, but okay.
It was more of a haunted barn.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Not really a haunted house.
Farm.
And back to Archie, he agrees. He says, me neither, or me neither. You can say it both ways. So he also isn't a huge fan of haunted houses, but he doesn't mind them. He doesn't hate them. He says, in fact, they are amusing though, all right? If something's amusing, it's fun, it's entertaining, it might make you laugh, but it's certainly something you don't hate. You kind of like it and enjoy it.
Yes, and then Penny continues, she says, yes, they are. Hey, do you want to go to the arcade later? So she kind of responds to him and then switches gears and starts talking about something else and talking about the arcade. The arcade is a place, a building where it has a whole bunch of video games that you could play. It might also have like the claw game where you can grab some basketball, all that kind of electronic games that you put coins in to play. You might win tickets, you might win prizes, all that kind of stuff. That is a arcade.
Absolutely. They don't have many of them here in Taiwan, but if you go to North America and Japan, places like that, not so popular these days because everyone has a PlayStation at home. But if you like video games, the arcade is a good place. Just bring a lot of coins, because you often have to use a coin to make the machine work. So yeah, let's go to the arcade. They might also have air conditioning in the arcade. He says, sure. And he adds, I also want to check out the gift shop, maybe to get a t-shirt or a hat or something cool like that to remember their fun day.
Yes, and Penny says, cool, me too. Meaning, yes, she agrees, let's do it. Sounds good.
There you go. She also wants to get a little souvenir from their great day. All right, and they have one more day to go. So let's come back and find they haven't had any snacks yet.
I know, they must be starving.
You got to eat some junk food at the amusement park. Maybe they'll be doing that, Tenor. Who knows? Bring your own popcorn and enjoy spending some more time with Penny and Archie and us. We'll be here too, so we hope to see you then. Until then, bye.
Bye-bye.
Archie and Penny are waiting in line for the haunted house.
Wow. This line's longer than the ones for the pirate ship and Ferris wheel.
It is a popular ride. Also, there are air conditioners inside, so it's great for getting out of the heat.
Oh, right. I always assumed that people liked being scared.
Many of them do. However, I don't think the ghosts are very scary.
Me neither. They are amusing, though.
Yes, they are. Hey, do you want to go to the arcade later?
Sure. I also want to check out the gift shop.
Cool. Me too.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 air conditioner。Air conditioner 名词，冷气、空调。I turned on the air conditioner as soon as I got home. 我回家后就马上打开冷气。下一个单字 heat 名词，高温、热气。I can't stand the heat in the desert. 我无法忍受沙漠的高温。Stand 在这里指的是忍受。下一个单字 assume 动词，认为、以为。I assumed that the store would be open on Sunday, but it was closed. 我以为这家商店星期日会开门，但它关门了。最后一个单字 ghost 名词，鬼。The movie is about a ghost haunting a house. 这部电影讲述了一个鬼魂经常出现在某间房子的故事。Haunt 就是指鬼魂经常出没。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 is great for getting out of the heat， 那很适合避暑。Great 在这里表示很棒的，后面会先接介系词 for， 再接动名词，引申的意思是适合做某件事情。Get out of 加上名词，指的是躲避、摆脱什么东西的意思。我们来看看这个例句。
This park is great for playing frisbee.
Totally! Try another one.
Okay.
Ready? Go!
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
我们再来看看 get out of 的例句。He got out of trouble by telling the truth. 他说出真相来摆脱麻烦。下一个文法 me neither， 我也不觉得。这是一个否定复合句的固定用法。Neither 是副词，表示也不的意思。我们来看看这个对话。I don't like spicy food. 我不喜欢辣的食物。Me neither. 我也不喜欢。以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
Today, we are going to learn about Shixian Road in Chiayi and how it got its name. Now, it's named after a famous lady named Shixian, and she has made a lot of contribution in education and politics, and she has also made lots of changes in Chiayi. If you ever go to Shixian Road, you will see lots of beautiful trees and flowers, so make sure you take lots of pictures. And let's learn more about Shixian Road in Chiayi.
Shixian Road is an important ring road in Chiayi City's West District. The name of the road is to commemorate Xu Shixian, the late mayor of Chiayi. Xu and her husband Chang Jin-tong earned doctorates in Japan. In 1940, they went back to Chiayi and founded Sun Ten Hospital, which earned the respect of the local people. After World War II, she was the first principal of National Chiayi Girls Senior High School and founded the first women's federation in Taiwan. Xu Shixian worked for the rights of women joining politics, and she was elected to the local and central legislature several times. In 1968, when she was 61, she was elected mayor of Chiayi City and was the first woman to be elected mayor in Taiwan. In 1982, she was 75 and re-elected mayor of Chiayi City. In the same year, Chiayi City was upgraded to a provincial city. Because Shixian helped Chiayi City a lot, the local people called her Chiayi's Mazu. Shixian Elementary School and Shixian Library are named after her. Shixian Road has been famous for its beautiful street trees for years. This road is planted with thousands of trees. They include mahogany trees, golden shower trees, golden trumpet trees, Madagascar almond trees, and so on. From March to April, mahogany trees have leaves with many different colors. From May to July, golden shower trees bloom with golden flowers. Walking under these trees is like walking into a painting. With these trees, this road is a check-in hotspot on social media. These trees make Chiayi's cityscape better and give people a good environment to relax.
I hope you guys really enjoyed learning about Shixian Road in Chiayi. And so make sure that you do pay a visit and take lots of pictures while you're there. This is all the time we have for today, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.